I have something to show you guys and I am really excited. Of course. No, how many times have I told you guys? Make a garden journal. You think I've made one yet for this year? Nope. Nope. I have not. Well, a few weeks ago, probably sometime in the beginning of this month. I can't remember exactly when it is because I also didn't take any pictures because I kind of just ran out and just did this. So not only do I not have pictures, I also do not know what I planted. But I want to show you guys. So I'm going to flip the camera and I'm going to take you along and show you what's happening in this kitchen garden here. So this has been kind of an experiment because we used to have this as an in-ground garden and now we have the metal raised beds. And I was wondering if it was going to form sort of a microclimate. Our nights have been getting below 30 degrees quite a few times. It's been pretty chilly. Today is cold. We got some rain today, which we're really excited about. But that just shows exactly how this garden is doing and it's working. So I want to show you guys. So in this bed, the kale is looking a lot better. I'm very excited about that. And then we have the Swiss chard here, and then the kohlrabi, which we thinned together quite a while ago. It is actually starting to bulb up, and we have one that's just about ready. So I'm really excited, and that one's almost ready too. But I planted spinach and it's all growing really well. So we've got some of it. I've been terrible about watering this, unfortunately. Here's some other little plants here. These are all coming up. Look at them all. And then I got some more. And I got these guys. Okay, so now here is bed number 2. And we have a whole bunch of other stuff planted. So these little guys are coming up. And then we have radishes. I know these are radishes because of how big they are. And then a whole bunch of other plants. This is some walking onions that a friend gave me, and they're coming up. This, I believe, is Good King Henry. It's perennial spinach. I could be wrong, and I will leave the correct name on the screen for you, but it's starting to grow, which means it's happy with the cold weather. This is lovage, which has taken me so long to get going. So I stuck that out here because it needed to get out of the greenhouse, and it's starting to grow back. This is the blood sorrel, which is really looking good, and it's putting on new growth. So we're going to put this in salads now. I found this little guy. This is a gooseberry, but not like a English gooseberry, more like a ground cherry. So what it does is it makes these little pods, and then inside is these little tiny yellow, like tomato kind of things. They are sort of like a tomatillo, I suppose, but you just eat them, and they're really good. So he hasn't liked the cold weather, but he's still alive. Like, look at this. The beets are perking up. Don't mind them. They're a little sad because like I said, I've been terrible about watering this garden, and it's been so hot. But here is the craziest thing. This tomato is still growing. It's still alive. There's still tomatoes. They haven't even been frosted, but I think there's like this little tiny microclimate thing because it must be protected from the metal. So, see, you can see look how wilty these poor carrots are. I'm gonna have to water this, which I will water it. The kale's growing back really well. We've got little this is lettuce. So something that happens in our summers because they get really hot is that the cold living things that we planted, even if they're tiny, they'll either bolt or they just look terrible. So like this bed fortunately was shaded, but like the Good King Henry, the leaves turned brown. The blood sorrel, that started sort of wilting. Like, it just doesn't look very good. But as soon as our night temperatures start dropping and it gets cooler during the day, then all these things, they perk back up. So I'm actually really excited. To be honest, I'm tempted to like go to town and see if I can find any plastic. You can see back there, we've covered one bed, and honestly, I think we're gonna cover another bed over there because I could plant some of these other things And all of these things, I will leave it down in the description, the things I did plant. I wrote a list of it. I just didn't take a picture of the seed packets on the beds, which is what I usually do. So, yeah, that was silly on my part. So anyway, let's continue. So this is bed 3 right here. That's the Jerusalem artichoke. I've never grown this before, so that was kind of fun. It is gigantic. And I think, yeah, look, way high up there, I see the first bud. So I don't know. It must not be very frost. Oh, Ben's going to show you. He found something.
I found some in the playground.
What'd you find, buddy?
A mantis.
Oh, yeah. Look at that guy in there. Ooh.
Yeah, I wanted to touch that thing.
Yeah, be careful with him. What are you going to do with him?
I'm going to keep it outside and keep feeding it every day. It eats bugs like spiders, which it just had, and I interrupted its dinner.
Yeah. We're going to let him go, though, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Like day after tomorrow.
He's not going to keep him. He's going to let him go today. All right, so we have some lettuce in here that I planted, and that's coming up. And then some more kohlrabi, which we thinned. Now, here's another issue that we end up with really bad at the end. You can see all of that. That is all aphids. There's another leaf back there. If you guys grow, look, there's this one too. So I'm actually going to leave this as like a sacrifice crop. This one doesn't look too bad, but they're not on those ones over there, so I would rather just leave these. And these were fine until I pulled out the ones from over there in that bed. So if you guys have this problem and you're in a climate that's like mine where the temperatures just shift so much, what do you guys do about this? How do you stop this from happening? I mean, obviously, yes, there are sprays that I could use to kill the aphids, but most of the time it is way, way more than I can even keep up with. So this is the mustard greens. They don't look too great, but they are bolting. Technically I could save the seed from them, but I'm not really that worried about it. But these are really good mustard greens. These were just free seed from Baker Creek. The beets here, these are regrowing, which is really fun. The beans look pretty terrible, but I'm keeping them in here to see just how long till they're dead. So that's an experiment. There's a younger experiment, you know, and they've got some seeds on them. So I might just leave these out here and just see how long they keep producing. Here's some more little things growing in here. And then all of this is empty, except for I did find some parsley in here. So this is all empty right now, but here's some carrots that I planted way like in July. They got pretty shaded out. This is salsify right here, so I'm pretty excited about that. There's a little pea that sprouted. All of the violets are starting to bloom again, which is really fun and pretty. Here's the other side of this tomato. Look at all this. We actually just picked 2 off of here and we ate them, so that was fun. But it's just loaded with some more fruit. That's really fun. And then under here, the carrots and leeks are doing awesome. And these beans don't look great either, but they didn't look great from the beginning. I've got some celery in the back there. I thought it was parsley. Turns out it's actually celery. And then some other carrots. Recently, some baby bok choy, and then some pak choy back there, some purple lady pak choy. I am overall extremely excited and pleased with how this garden has done. I'm going to show you back here the veg that I've got going on. So all of this is looking so good. These are boysenberries, and then I have forsythia and lilac, honeyberries and josta berries planted throughout here. And I've got some more on this side. So I have a type of maple and another honeyberry and another lilac over there. But this is usually dead at this time of year. So I'm like super excited that it's still going. Now we have had sort of an Indian summer as far as like the daytime temperatures, but fairly consistent and normal nighttime temperatures for us. I mean, yeah, so it's really interesting. I'm glad that I have these videos to look back on since I was silly and didn't put together my garden journal. this year or the last few years, I've been taking pictures, and then some years I'll go back through all of my pictures and put them down into note form. And then last year and this year, I actually haven't done hardly anything. So, excuse me, I plan to get back into that. It's a very valuable thing. If you guys haven't started your own garden journal, I highly recommend it. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. So that's the video for today. I just wanted to show you all of the super fun things growing in here, and that you can change your climate. That's the message for today, is that you can create little microclimates and you can up your season and your growing season, even on a tiny scale. Even when it seems like you can't, you actually can. And this is proof. So thanks for joining me today. I'll see you guys next week.